Hello everyone, Aeon here. This isn't an update or anything, this is kind of more of a vlog that I'm doing. Like I mentioned that I would be doing these in one of my past videos. Pokemon and all that stuff is still going on, just kind of on a little break. But I thought that has occurred to me was that how we've all always wanted a video game to get a movie deal or whatnot. Well, in the past at least, not pretty much today, considering history of video games being turned into movies. A lot of bad examples was, of course, the most famous or infamous Super Mario Bros. Movie, Resident Evil movies, and so on. And it just comes to wonder that are there still people that are wanting video games to be turned into movies, or is it, like, not a thing anymore? Because, in all honesty, for as long as I have grown up, I never really get why some people wanted video games to get the movie experience. I suppose that the idea of being able to tell more of the stories of some famous video game characters that we know would be nice, but in the end, all of the video game movies are just retelling of what we already know, or just adding something that's so obscure that it could never fit into the fandom. So the reason why I brought this up is that I think the idea that people would want video games to have a movie was so that we can kind of have more in-depth of lore, per se. Say we take Link here, and we get a Zelda movie that has been part of April Fool's jokes, a short few second 3D animation that looked really nice and all of that. Say if we finally get a Zelda movie, what would exactly be in it? Would it just be retelling one of the popular Zelda games like Ocarina of Time, or would it just be something new, something that's kind of like, it still sticks with the Zelda mythos, but it tells a whole new story that we get a different experience. Like, we could still have the Gorons, we could still have the Zoras and all that, but probably a new legend, probably a whole new villain, or something like that. Because, to be honest, the Zelda series has expanded so much that we don't always necessarily need to have Ganondorf or any other iconic Zelda villains. It could be someone new that can still lean to a good experience in the games. We could also have a Metroid movie that I feel, since people like Metroid when it first came out, was because it was so related to the Alien movies by Ridley Scott, that we could have kind of a more action-packed version of Aliens, kind of, but also has a sense of atmospheric, I think, isolation. I feel that it's possible to have good movies that are related to video games, but it's just that, have people pretty much given up on the idea, or is there just no hope because we've had this bad history of so many movies just doing injustice to video games? It's a wonder that if it's just not to be mentioned at all. I feel that if a video game movie were to be made, that people would want kind of more of a different idea to how the story of a video game character or whatnot could be told. I also feel that if, let's see, I'm making this up as I go. I don't have anything written down, but there are certain limits between video games and movies. That in video games, you're playing a game. That's the saying. You are taking the experience for yourself, and you're telling the story of how you think is going on, or how you felt in the story of a game, or whatever experience you had in a video game. With a movie, I guess it's about with curiosity of how a story can be told, because movies, compared with best games, with best movies have a better way of telling a story with either visuals, characters, music, atmosphere, or just raw emotion in so many ways. I think that for video games to get a movie, it would be a sense to adding possibly more character into a video game character, because let's face it, some of the video game characters can only be detailed so much because video games are not exactly movies. And when video games try to be movies, it kind of fails because you want to play. So that's the thing. I feel like it's kind of more like whichever kind of experience you want. Do you want these lore, or do you want the experience? And is video games being turned into movies a waste of time, or is it just I don't know, is it just a necessity that's needed to probably expand the audience? I mean, I can kind of see that, because going back to Zelda, we're also going to have a Zelda Netflix series, but that got canceled in the end, sadly. But that would have invited more fans that don't like video games, but do enjoy movies and can kind of respect a lore of a franchise or whatnot. So maybe it could also a way to branch people into a series that is just wanting to make anyone happy. I don't know, and that's all my thoughts for this vlog. A quick side note: I have gotten myself on the hands of Fire Emblem Fate's Birthright. My brother has Conquest, and I was wondering if you guys would want to watch me play. I already kind of started on it, but I haven't gotten far. I would do a separate profile just for you guys to experience it, or if you guys want to, if you have it, and I heard there's online play that we can fight each other or whatnot. If you want to have our armies go at it, then alright then. Or is there any other games that you want me to do? I have so many 3DS games, or I can probably get emulators on my phone if you guys want to watch me play. And with console games, it's going to be kind of hard because I'm still having the setup on, but yeah. So, hope you guys have a good night. I will post more videos of my gameplay footage soon. Farewell.